Yes, I'm
You
out.
were invited
Last
to the
season.
thing.
Last season of the team.
No, oh, here,
I'm the old guy.
can I just say that not only was he invited to this thing, but he refuses to meet like.
That glimpse of flame and terror was gone in a moment. Yet my thoughts remained up.
Hail! What has happened here?
Who is asking?
Eivor, of the Raven clan. Did you and your men fail to take the village?
No. No, we had it for a time. It was nothing but a cluster of wattle and daub huts when we came. We made it lively. Gruntbridge was a thriving hub of trade and song under the care of Soma Ayalskona. But the Saxons took it back. They appeared within the...
They just appeared in the city.
It was like they burst out of the center of the city itself, setting aflame everything in their path, shouting some nonsense about an ancient order of warriors. By the time I saw the fires, too many of us were killed or captured. Our Yarskuma, Summa, she bellowed a retreat and we took refuge in the ruins. But in the chaos we were separated. She and the bulk of our forces fled northeast into the swamps. I'd follow if we were fit to. We need her iron fist.
I can find Soma. Be ready when we return.
She'll be deep in the fog of the Fenlands by now. Find her longship. That's your best bet.
That glimpse of flame and terror was gone in a moment. Yet my thoughts remained darkened by it. I should return to Ravensthorpe and reflect on what I saw.
This place is heavily guarded.
Like cattle. Slaughtered them like cattle too. Shame we have to take prisoners at all. They'll live just long enough to serve as an example to the others. Lord Wigmund's wrath is as grand as it is swift.
What's all that about?
Be my eyes, Sunan.
Oh, gee.
It's loose. Hurry.
Grant me strength. Together, lads, we have.
Christ is surely with us.
Soma cannot be far. I should have a look around.
You are a good friend to me. Thank you.
Is your Jarl's Kona nearby?
Not here. Soma dragged the Saxons east from her longship to tire them out and lose them in the fog.
There. Beached longship. Dane markings. This was a fine longship. Fit for a chief. It must belong to Soma. Show me what lies ahead.
Show me.
You're still in fighting shape. Take him to the shelter for warmth. Slap some moss in that gash, and wrap it well. Ego, look at me. Remember the boars you felled, our first day in England? Hold his arms. 9. Large and fat. Fed us for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah? You'll be chasing more in a month, my friend. You come like a Valkyrie out of the fog. We have no dead to give you.
You must be Soma.
Let's talk elsewhere. Give them a chance to rest.
Quite a hit you took. How many were lost?
It's kind of you to ask, but with so much blood in the water and death on the air, I'd know your name and purpose first.
Eivor of the Raven clan. I came for you, looking for a friend and ally.
I see. I'm Soma, Lord of Grandbridge. Though it seems an order of lunatics wishes to strip me of that title.
The Order of the Ancients?
Sounds right. The Saxon called Wigmund is one of them. He robbed me of my city, forced us into these swamps. I've rallied some of my soldiers, but my 3 advisors are missing. If we hope to retake Grantbridge, I'll need them at my side.
Tell me about them.
They are my best, my inner circle. Birna, Galin, Leave. We may as well be of the same blood.
If I can reunite them and we retake your city, can I call you a friend and ally?
If you can do all that, you can call me whatever you want.
Where's this Wigmund? And what does he want?
He's a flailing elderman under the old king. A bitter man digging his fingernails into Grantbridge, just to say he can. He's made many attempts to unseat me before. This time he managed a trick.
What happened to Grantbridge?
The elder man Wigmund seized it from us. I'm not sure how he managed, but he will not keep it. Not for long. He has supporters outside the city, but this attack seemed to come from inside the walls. From the heart of Grantbridge.
Let's find your advisors.
Agreed. We'll look for signs of their longboats along the river. And if we are swift, we will find them before the wolves do. The fog is more hindrance than hiding place now. Let's light the way back.
do you see? Burn Long and Hut, bright wolf of the branch, and guide Soma's gilded warriors home.
I know what you must think.
What must I think?
That it's foolish to search the Fenlands for so few people.
You told me the soldiers you lost were your best. You told me the soldiers you lost were your best. Vital to...
This is Galen's longship. He must have been panicked to have strayed to such a place. Get back here!
This carving references Galen in verse.
Cast about this land, my friend.
Wolves. They've surrounded someone.
Must be careful.
He's laughing behind his shackles, wretched carrion beasts. I don't deserve this. Leave me. Run!
Galen, you look terrible.
What happened here?
Saxons chased me into the fork, ran me smack into a nest of bandits. But Freya was on my side, and I saw them before they saw me.
Are you the only one of your crew left standing?
I am, and hardly standing myself. But with the blessings of Odin and Freya, they'll be feasting well with the gods.
I've set a camp not far from here, marked by a beacon. Go there, Galen, and recover. Eivor and I will find the others.
I'll head back to camp, and as I recover, I'll watch over the rest with a care that only Freya knows.
He's a serious man, Galen.
Yes, and a man of the gods. He carries them around in his mind as a tree bears its branches.
Sunan, guide me.
It makes his mind heavy, but it keeps our spirits light, knowing the gods give us favor.
Stretch your wing. Best not to a group of Danes held captive.
Can't wait to see what Odin and Wiegman do. Should be
If you would be so kind, I've had quite the day.
Follow the beacon. Our camp is at its base. Return when we found the others.
no paradise where you're going.
but they've bonded since we took Grantbridge.
Sour blood between them?
In a way. Both considered themselves my second, and hated the other for it. But I do not rank my family like I do my horses.
Competition can mar the love between siblings for life.
It can also bring out the best in people, if the fire is stoked right.
Of the world? What ails my mind? Must be a hang. My head aches.
Survey the area, Sunan. Saxons surrounding that old hut. There may be Danes trapped inside.
That's right! Tire yourself out! Weak little kittens. Can't even open one barricaded door!
You'll rot in hell when we're done.
They're here to watch our little child. That's normal. Your pulses. Discharge.
Let me continue.
Soma! I knew I heard someone sweeping the hearth outside. We handle it just fine. Thinking of starting a new town, in fact. This house being our first.
Follow on, Birna. Leif and Galen are safe at the camp we've made. Eivor, you move us there when you're ready.
Thank you so much. And you as well, Sunbeam.
The way you're talking to a dead man, okay? Like what this man took me. But if I give over that name, I have family, people I love. They'll kill them too. People. So much bigger than you could ever imagine. It's the whole system. Stop.
The beacon has drawn the last of my soldiers. By tomorrow, our strength will have returned, and we can retake our city. I have not yet spoken to Leif, Birna, and Galin about this. After my missteps, I worry what they must think of me.
What are you doing? Yeah. 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 All right. Who? Just Filippo? Right, right. Right, right. Right. Oh, okay. Well, I remember you. Well, I remember you telling me that. Right. Well, yeah. It went on. I guess when I went to sleep, I guess when I took a nap, the power went out and they came back on. Yeah. And it's 100. And the hurricane's 125, 145. Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah, my buddy got no power at his house in South Campus, so they got a hotel. Um, they're over by Balance Point. Yeah. Yeah. So no, Balance Point, the one off the Gandy and Bayshore. Yeah, yeah. So well, I got it here at the house. Well, no, I know. Oh no. Oh. A house in Venice, Florida. Their patio, their screened-in patio, just got blown off. Uh-huh. I remember. I heard of it. Yeah. All right. Good. Good. Good so far. I can talk and stuff like that. So. Oh, I already ate it. I'm having a little ice cream now. Pretty much. I might, uh, no, just one game on Prime. I'm gonna do the, um, I'm doing, Giants as an upset. Oh, yeah. No, $5 gives me $15. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Bayshore is terrible. Yes. Yes. Oh, well, how's the whole thing that is next to, um, John? John's friend that lives next door to him. Lady Nichols. Yeah, did he really? Yeah, that new pop-up. Good shit, Yeah, it was. Alright. Alright, I will. Alright, I'll do it all. Bye. Yep, bye. What are you doing?
They'll be grateful you risked your life to find them. I would be.
By Thor's hammer, I am glad we're together. In spite of our setback. Galen, you look... well worn. Do not grieve the men you lost. They will be singing your praises in the corpse hall, waiting for us.
Thank you, Jarl's Corner.
Leaf, you'd outlast any tempest.
It's good to be back, Soma. All as one. And know this, that I will follow you through the eye of the storm if you called.
Birna.
I'm
watching
delighted
those
you're
areas now.
alive.
I also saw that the National Weather Service office got a report from an
I'm
emergency
delighted
manager
to be
in
living.
Fort Myers.
I
That Fort
lost
Myers
so
beach
many
is
after all
completely
this,
inundated
but I
with
still
water
have
now.
you three.
They have surged from the Gulf to the bay in Fort Myers Beach, so they are seeing a surge of 3 to
That
5
makes me
feet
the
down
most
there right
blessed
now.
warrior in
That is what
Midgard.
is unfortunately heading our
And
way
Eivor,
up the coast as it's
you have more
maximized
than
now
proven your
because Fort
worth.
Myers Beach has a
Help us
due
reclaim our
west-southwest
city, and
wind
you will
that's
have an
all the
ally
water
in
being
me.
pushed to the
My
coast.
blade is
Here in
yours.
Tampa Bay, it's
For
more
Grandbridge.
southwest, but once it turns
We'll
more
rest for the
west,
night.
that's what's going to
Gather our
surge us
strength and
to
our
see those
wits.
3 to 5 foot
And at the
surges, or
break of
5 to 8
dawn's
feet,
light,
depending
we
on your
retake
location, and then
Grandbridge.
continuing to be that way heading up to the north.
Pass the
One
night
last
in our
check
camp,
of the
Eivor.
tornado
Take
warnings.
anything
Let me
you
see if
need.
we've got anything new here to talk about for this one that's on County Line Road here, mainly now in eastern sections of Polk County, southwest of Lakeland. We've got, it looks weaker on the radar now than it did a few minutes ago, so I feel better about that. That is for sure for those of you in Lakeland. Let me look and see if we have any debris showing up. I do not see any debris.
Looks like more of
The
Soma's
scan's
forces
looking pretty
followed the
good, so
beacon
I'm not
back to
too
camp.
concerned. Again, never discount a tornado warning until the National Weather Service cancels it. I don't want to downplay it, but from what I'm seeing on the radar, I feel a little more comfortable than what I did when we first got that tornado warning.
Garland,
And then
is
one
that
last
right?
check here for those of you
That's
in
right.
Arcadia, same deal.
You're
Let me look at
Eivor,
the scan here.
infinite
It's
fighter,
opening up, it's broadening
forever
out.
warrior.
It's not as tight as
It's
it
a
was
glorious
back when
name.
Dennis was talking about a few minutes
Many
ago with the
thanks.
hurricane, when the eye
You were in a
gets
tight spot when we
more
found
wind
you.
around it. Faster
Indeed.
winds around the eye, it tends
The
to
Saxons
contract. The
pursued
tornadoes do the same
ran me
thing.
bloody through
They
the
tend to
swamps and
contract.
into
When
the
you
lap
see
of
more
bandits.
broad rotation, that means
Then
it's
the
not a
wolves
strong
came.
indicator
We all
that
have
we
our
have a
one
tornado in
day.
progress.
The
Regardless,
day we
no
die.
tornado warning in both of these
How you
places, so
greet
we're going
that
to
day
watch
is
it
all
for
that
you. If
matters.
I have any new
I'm
information
proud
on
to
these
say
warnings,
that
I'll
I
come
was
back and
ready.
let you know about them.
Well,
But at
it's
least
good
right
to
now,
see
I'm
you
not seeing
breathing
any
still.
reports or anything that's too concerning on the radar. We'll continue to see if these other bands that are still off in the Gulf, if they continue to move on shore, if they get warned, of course. We're here all night. We'll let you know.
All right, Jason, we know the moment it comes up, you'll take us through it. All right, this is a live look now from Sarasota. What we know is that they have said to avoid this area. This is Midnight Pass at Stickney Point Road. So they said that fast-moving waters overwashed the barrier islands onto the roadway. And Wendy, you could see a car just abandoned right there in the middle.
Yeah, and I can certainly relate to this because it's happened to me, and I've had to abandon my car and be pulled out of a window by the police officer.
And you're Eivor's son. You cut through the fog like the sun burns through ice.
You're in
Turn
high
around
spirits,
going
all
round,
things
because once you
considered.
get into these
The
waters, you don't
ambush,
realize how
losing your
steep they
home.
are until it's
In
too
this
late.
moment, yes.
And you're in a car.
Yes, feel
Yeah,
that?
another car trying to get
The
down.
moment
and
has
oh, it's
passed.
actual, it's a
We are
truck,
free to
so
pursue the
it's making
next.
a little bit more.
What a gift!
It's good to have you
movement,
in this
but
fight,
I still
Diana.
have to think it's
I
also
like
going
your
to set off,
Eivor.
because once that water
You may
gets
help
into
me
the
here or
engine,
step on me.
good luck.
And by the
Anyway,
look of you,
the
I'd
producer
welcome
was saying that
either.
they saw the guy in this white car just abandon it, like get out of the car and because if it's coming into your vehicle, it could be there's more cars trying to come down. It's really scary. It's just, and again, as we talked about, I did, and as we talked about, the floodwaters will only continue to increase as the the surge continues to rise, and it'll only get worse as we head into the evening.
Leave.
And
Soma
it's
says you're the
very
man who
scary
built her
to
own
be
ships.
stuck in
That's
water that's
right.
rising around
Each
you.
has a
I've done it,
sharp
and
keel,
it's
stout
gave me a little
mast,
bit of
and a
PTSD
poem etched
because
into the
you do
hull
really
to
feel
sing the
like you
praises
could
of the
drown.
dringer who
Yeah,
commands
and
her.
there's nowhere to
The
go.
longship
Did
is
it come
heavy
to
with
you? I know
fate.
they wouldn't come
Just
down
a
because
few
they
legs of
realized
wood
too it was
between
too
you and
steep
a
to
watery
drive
grave.
down.
What
And
better place?
by the
Agreed.
way, when
Likewise,
you're there, the wind starts to pick up as well, which it looks like you can see the camera shaking some. So then you feel your car
The day
rocking,
is
which is
new
the
and the
most
air is bracing.
terrifying
Are you
feeling when
ready
you
for the
think your
fight
car,
ahead?
if it weighs
Let's
what
take
it
your city
does,
back.
how could it possibly be?
That's
But
what I like to
that's what
hear.
happens. And when I was
Meet
in
me at the
Miami,
western
my
gate
car
of
literally
Grantbridge.
floated
We've
out of the parking
assembled
lot. It
then.
was again one of these very intense
How
storms.
care
And it
you do not
sucks me
enjoy
too.
taking
Like it'll
orders
pick
from
up your
anyone
car
but your
even.
Jarl
I've been
back
once in a
home.
live truck covering
I
a
fight for
Hurricane
Sigurd,
Hermine, and I
none
felt
While
else.
you're on this ship
get
deck,
picked
you
up on
fight
it.
for
Obviously,
me.
it's
And for
very
Soma's
dangerous.
loyalty. We
When
fight
you
for
get to
her.
experience this is why you're staying the night here today. You're like, I'm gonna risk it, and that's the same message. You just no reason to be out at this point. And as we mentioned, there's been so many power outages that includes power lines down. We've had several reports of that. So
Let's
you
get
get
out
out
of
of your
here.
vehicle, you think, okay, I can just swim to a home or a condo or wherever, and guess what? You have no idea where you're swimming in. There could be power lines, obviously, not to mention what's in the water, which is fecal matter, snakes, and God knows what. So it's just so dangerous. If you can just hunker down and stay where you are now, it's the best thing to do because obviously there was another car looks like stuck to the left of that as well. So please be careful and avoid midnight pass and sticky point road. All right, let's go ahead and go over to St. Pete Beach. A shelter-in-place order has just been issued. As we said, now it's too late to evacuate. You have to stay there. Leaders say you can expect the conditions to only get worse. Yeah, and as we've been reporting all day, actually the storm surge will be rising as we get into high tides at 11 p.m. Or later. Obviously, goes all the way to 1 a.m. Roads already flooding, as we just saw city leaders saying if you have chosen to not to evacuate, again, please stay safe inside your home. This as conditions continue to worsen. 911 responders, they say they might not even be able to get to you, as we just said. I think the Pinellas County Sheriff said they won't be coming if it's too dangerous for them. We've already seen firefighters and crews come off the barrier islands at this point because they're closed. So, this is the time to hunker down and obviously stay as safe as possible and don't go out and drink, of course. All right, we want to go to Anthony Hill. He's on Davis Island, surrounded by water. Speaking of water, I have to imagine conditions are dissipating where you are, and it looks like that's actually what's happening.
Yeah, absolutely. As you said, we are on Davis Island. We're at an airport, a small airport on the southern tip of Davis Island. For those who may not be familiar with the geography in Tampa, Davis Island is just south of downtown Tampa. And as you can see, the weather conditions here have been deteriorating. I mean, just 2 hours ago, we were doing live hits, and it was pretty beautiful. It was nice. I mean, people were walking up along this road right here. They were jogging. They were walking their dogs. You saw children playing, kind of taking advantage of how we say the calm before the storm. A cliche, but nevertheless very accurate. And really, the only proof you need to see how much conditions have deteriorated is the water. I mean, you can see how the waves have been picking up. And, I was saying earlier, I mean, you look out onto the water, in a gloomy kind of way, it's quite beautiful. It's majestic in a way. That's the only way I can really think about it, describing it. But while being beautiful and majestic, it really forces you to have respect for Mother Nature and the power she yields. As Hurricane Helene makes its way up the Gulf of Mexico, about 100 miles, if I'm not mistaken, off the Gulf Coast of Tampa, forcing the northern part of our state to brace for direct impact. Back here in the Bay Area, though, if you've been watching us for a while, you know that our ABC AM meteorologists, one of their top concerns is storm surge. You can see the water here making its way, the water being pushed from the Gulf onto land. And so storm surge is going to be an issue here, no doubt about that. We were speaking with residents who live here on the island, and what they told me is that
I built this town from a mud hut to a thriving port. And we both know you'll bleed those riches dry without my guiding hand.
Leave! Go die in the muck where you belong, heathen!
Wigman, let's try one final time. Quit Grantbridge
I
So
mean,
when
that's
she is
what that
mine
all.
once more,
When
I
you
may
talk
spare
about
your life.
the force and how the wind is pushing up the waves onto land.
and I will
This should
scour
be our
you
village
rats
third
from this
rating.
land
I
like
mean, we've been
rot
watching
from
the
a
same live coverage you
festering
guys have
wound.
been watching at home on your cell phone.
Let me
You've
give
been
you some
watching us.
advice. It's
And the
with
rain hasn't been it hasn't been raining as much here as it has been on Fells County, for example. But the wind has definitely picked up here. So, like I said before, you saw people out before walking the dog, some people even out on the water. You're thinking, nobody on the water so far. And that's amazing. That means that people are heeding to the advice that officials have. But people in the context, how much the situation is, the weather conditions are deteriorating. You know, that's the we are especially at the Bay Area, kind of in the thick of it all, the reporting on what we see, what we hear, and what we're experiencing for you guys. So you guys don't have to be out there. We take great pride in that. But the water is kind of what's so funny that, you know, we saw some cars, you know, going through the water, which means that it may be inundated for like 30 minutes to an hour. So we may not even be going alive here the next time we come back on. But we will, of course, stay on this island and continue to track the conditions as Hurricane Helene makes its way up the Gulf of Mexico. Again, about 100 miles off the coast of Tampa at this moment. The worst part of the storm. So now until about 10 or 11 p.m. tonight, we'll stay here and see the monitor information.
Bronson.
You guys.
A couple of minutes, the palm trees just swinging really hard. The wind and rain kind of goes sideways. Yeah, definitely. And of course, the waves taking to the dimension. This is moving north. You know, Northern County is reacting with the as Hurricane Helene continues to move north and the conditions of concern.
Fucking try it.
What are you doing?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, most of the day we had sunshine, we had sunshine, but it was kind of ominous knowing what was coming. Not that we were worried about the rain and the winds here, because storm surge is what it's all about, as you've heard all day, especially in the northern counties like here in Citrus County. The concern is a storm surge that predictions that are anywhere from 10 to 15 feet. I talked to the mayor of Crystal River a short time ago. He said if that comes true, that would be catastrophic. They had storm surge during Hurricane Idalia about a year ago that just devastated the house. A lot of homes and businesses were flooded out, and people are still recovering from that. Then there was Hurricane Debbie about a month ago, and people are still recovering from that, and now this storm surge might pop them off, and that's what's really worrisome. The National Guard is mobilized. All emergency management is mobilized here in Citrus County. And it seems like from what we saw as we traveled through the neighborhoods closest to the water, that people have heeded the warnings, especially after going through what they've gone through last year and earlier last month. We didn't see a lot of people out and about. It looked like a lot of people had left those homes. We're here at the Residence Inn just off US 19 on the other side of 19, and a lot of people who live in this area are taking refuge here. We saw a few people in the lobby with a bottle of wine, getting ready to enjoy the evening the best they can as they just wait and see what's going to happen. The sheriff of Citrus County here, he said that this storm event could be the worst thing this community has faced in 100 years. So that's kind of a concern level.
Hey, do you think it's okay for me to have a shot of whiskey?
We don't know. We will wait and see. Whatever happens here will take place later this evening. So right now it's been kind of a wait and see time as we talked to the mayor just a short time ago.
Well, thank you for being here. We're doing good. Like you said, it is a stressful, very emotional time. Unfortunately, we've been through this a few times now, about 12 months ago, about Hurricane Idalia. And so folks know what to expect here. They don't want to deal with it, and that's obvious, but they're doing such a great job. I'm so proud of our citizens, our businesses. They've been so hard over the last 2 days preparing, getting ready, and I think we're as prepared as we can be right now.
Let your plague-ridden body feed my food.
Yeah, that's the mayor of Crystal River, Joe Meek. He's been very active on social media. You know what? He put a prayer on social media yesterday that's been shared a bunch of times. He said he's never done that before, but he felt like it was necessary with what this community faces.
He may be hiding within the city walls.
That the people here have pulled together in the past. I was here after Hurricane Idalia last year. And
Arrogant
everybody
coward.
with their
But we've struck a bold
airboats and
claim
their John
today.
boats were
Walk
ready
with
to
me.
go help
I
if there were
want you to
people that
sound
were
our
trapped
battle
in
horn to
flooded
announce our
areas.
victory.
So hopefully
Let
that won't
all
be
the
necessary
Shire
this
know
time, but
that
obviously
Grandbridge is
everybody's very concerned
retaken.
about what's
The sound
coming
of the horn
here
means
later tonight.
prosperity,
Live
long
in
life,
Crystal River, Eric
bounty.
Waxler, ABC Action News.
Yeah, Eric, and despite the fact that it is calm where you are right now, I was just talking to Dennis about the fact that just in an hour or two, all that water, all the system is moving north towards you, so it won't be long before you start to feel the effect. And it sounds like a bathtub. And when you hear 15 feet storm surge, again, reasonable worst case scenario, we don't want to see that, but that could be absolutely catastrophic for that area. And David, speaking of flooding and all that, we've got Katie LeGrone live for us in Short Acres. She's been there for some time. It's getting dark out there. Katie, how's the flooding going?
It is, and I've been hearing the coverage as we've been waiting to go live and just listening to hear what other folks in other communities are going through. And we keep hearing about storm surge all afternoon, and this is what Helene is to this area, of course, is a storm surge threat. And I want to show you here in St. Petersburg, in the Shore Acres area, storm surge is what you're witnessing right now. All of this flooding on Shore Acres Boulevard is the result of that storm surge. And my photographer Matt and I have been really paying attention to the homes right across the street from where we are here at the rec center on Shore Acres Boulevard. And you can see that water is creeping closer and closer to the front door of that house. Just a few hours ago, that driveway was certainly not looking the way it is now. I mean, there had been water here throughout the day, but it had been somewhat contained from the higher tide earlier this morning. But you can see that water is already creeping close to the homes, and that is because exactly what we've been hearing our meteorologist talk about, what Dennis has been talking about. I mean, this is storm surge in action. Essentially, this is not the result of rain, but it is the result of water from the bay, which is about a quarter
You were the
mile
keystone
away,
to this attack. You turned the tide. Let the wind from your lungs breathe life back
and
into
that's
my
essentially
city.
what they're dealing with now. One of the neighbors here in the neighborhood, I actually met up with him at Publix earlier today, and we exchanged information. His name is Mike Ryan. He actually has a home right on the bay here on Shore Acres Boulevard, and he's been sending me some video. I want to go ahead and roll that video as he has been texting me, and I want to just give you. Here's what he just texted in the last hour or so. He told me, listen, the water is coming. It's coming up really fast. He said maybe a foot in the last hour or so. He tells me that his home, which was built in 1963, sits very high. They have traditionally been able to stay dry, and they have about another 2 more feet start working. Well, I think it's probably starting to work because, as he said, the tide has changed and it's now coming in. And the video that you're seeing on TV is video from his backyard, and that was from about 40
Wait, Ina, your power's out?
and we also know just from monitoring acts, I know the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office has already put out a post indicating that the water is now already starting to come over the Seaway in different parts of Pinellas County. And so it was very real. It was very well. We did meet some people.
What's up, y'all? It's America's favorite live. This video is directed for my fellow Floridians. As you know, we have Hurricane Helene coming our way. So, before you get on TV and you start talking, please, let's go over some basic grammar. It is evacuate. Evacuate. Say it with me. Evacuate.
They already saw the water
we saw,
not
we seen.
Cascading.
My clan throws the
we
best
don't
feasts,
need
I think you'll
700 rolls
You enjoy
of toilet
yourself?
paper. There's no damn way this shit about that.
I did. But were you celebrating the moment?
Everything's so much scarier when it's the water is around you, and you just can't. When you can't see, and the social electricity goes out,
The
which
night
is
of
going
the
to be the
attack,
case for a lot of
I
our
heard
folks.
sounds of
Are
bloodshed
you
coming
serious,
from the
bro?
lighthouse. In
You don't know
moments,
what's
the
going
city
on,
was
so
overrun.
you don't
understand?
How does he not understand? You might
We all have our
that.
wants,
Some
but
of the
not like
times
that.
that I've had your
Not that day.
Your computer.
I've heard this before.
Was
he just speaking English, bro?
From the shadows.
In all my time in Gravenbridge, this tunnel was the most carefully protected. The best kept secret in the city.
Now 100 or more Saxons know the secret of it.
Do you know how fucking long it takes to use one
This
button?
tunnel were me.
You really worry that if he were to win again, and I'm not saying this like it's such a far-fetched notion, if he were to win again, that he would not give up power? You know he even said it. He's never going to give it up. And anybody who deludes themselves in thinking that he is, shame on you. You have compared the Trump family to a gangster. Family, which is something coming from you. Well, because everybody thinks he's a gangster. He does everything like a gangster. I don't think that gangsters in that world would think much of him. Because
I promised you I'd help secure your city. That task isn't yet done, it seems.
Good. I sent Galen, Leif, and Birna to destroy what remains of Wigmund's power throughout the Shire. Meet with them, raid with them, get to know them as best as you can. Find out which of them betrayed me.
Downtowns in our area, just thousands of people live in these condos and in this general area. And we did talk to some people earlier who were just out here trying to take a look around.
I cannot
before
imagine
they decided to
that someone willing to break an oath like that must bear some sign or defect.
I need clear, sound judgment. I need you, Eivor.
You have me.
Thank you. Feel free to take a look around as you wish. Search the city, the tunnel, and here, a gift for retaking Grandbridge with us. One of the few things I have left from my blood family.
Honestly, yeah, it floods sometimes when you have a bad storm, but this is the most I've seen it in a while.
You're going to go up to higher ground pretty soon.
Yeah, I'm going to head back home here.
And I hear up on Central Avenue where you live, it's not quite as crazy as it is down here. Things are still open.
Yeah, there's a lot of bars open, so if you need a beer, you can go on Central.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
Well, that was Ryan, and he had just a few blocks walk, and he was going to went around with us, but it just started pouring down, and you can see things are just getting messy and nasty here. And of course, this baby, one of the concerns here, the storm sewers here overflowing. This place is already wet, and it's just getting worse as we're seeing pushing the bay, and we're seeing this heavy rain come down. Reporting live from downtown St. Petersburg, Adam Walsh for ABC Action News.
All right, thank you. We're going to continue our Hurricane Helene coverage. We head to Mills County. Yeah, let's go ahead and go to J.J. Burton, who's been out in Dunedin. You are near San Jose Park. We see that